Hello, hello. This is Koi here from Rave Gratitude with a pick a card message. Um, I'd love to share with you. This is just one of the random messages that you felt called to. You hit the button, you felt called to the message, and now let's see which card you feel called to. I have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Before I start, I just want to let you all know that my booking is open. So if you do want any personal readings, click the link below, as well as check out my other offerings. I am a creative healer that does one-on-one coaching. So if you're interested in the type of offerings or just want to see what type of offerings I have, check me out. All right. So again, let's get back to this reading. What does Spirit want to tell you right now? I have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. I create my own cards as well as help other people create their own affirmation decks. Definitely check out the link below if you're feeling that. And I just want to share my message for you. Especially shout out to my creative souls, but this message is for anyone that resonates and is feeling the vibe. Please subscribe, all right? So let's get into this. Let's start with pile 1. I'm going to use Lenormand. So let's see, is this in frame? Okay, cool. This is in frame. All right. So the deeper you love yourself, the greater your protection. This is really good. I remember when I first saw this, I felt it, but I didn't really understand what it meant until I started realizing like self-love goes hand in hand with self-respect, right? Because like with love, like a lot of times I feel that love gets damaged because their respect was lost, the boundaries that were maybe not put into play or just crossed, you know what I mean? And honestly, that's where trust gets lost. It's like I'm losing trust and I'm definitely losing respect for people. And that's when relationships start to get really wobbly and you have to figure out ways to earn trust, right? But when it comes to you and yourself, right, you have to understand and honestly constantly check in with yourself and see how your heart feels and recognize the emotions that are being at play. So you can first walk in like align with your own self-respect. So that way you have greater love of self and greater protection because it allows you to know what you won't put up with and what you will. So let's see what message, what wants to come through. Boop, booby doop doop. Okay, yeah, this is giving and sharing love. Let's get 2 more cards here for Norman. Is this in? Yeah, okay. I'm just checking because as you can see, I have a new setup and, well, not really setup, but like I put my cards in a new area. So I'm hearing like, watch how you talk to yourself because the way that you talk to yourself is the things that you affirm that allow you to have the protection from the things you attract, okay? That is coming. I don't even know if I can repeat that. That just came through. Your body is your temple. This house talks about the protection, right? The foundation that you have and intuitive messages here. So this is, let's see. All right, so for some people, if you're trying to attract some things, some new love in your life, your intuition will be a key factor in receiving the love, but you're being that mirrored image to the love that you're trying to attract. So really start affirming and writing down things that you desire, that you're trying to manifest, so you can really receive that love and protection from the homies above, as well as so you can recognize what's going on within your heart too. Because like, let's face it, like if you've just went through like a breakup and you're trying to attract new love, you really need to deal with those emotions that are sitting in your heart, first, so you can release that and remove that. And it doesn't weigh you down, nor doesn't block you from the manifestations that are meant for you. Because we are what we attract, and our heart space is really like that love beam or that light beam like a lighting house where it's kind of like the energy just brings the energy out, right? And it's like, hey, this is what I'm feeling. Do you feel it? It's kind of bringing me to there's a quote from Kendrick in his song, "The universe works mentally." And I feel like the universe works energetically. Yes, it's through your mental, but it's also through your heart. And those are two major energy points within our body that radiate energy very strongly and connect with consciousness collectively as a whole. So, it's time for you to dig in deep, right? And ground yourself in the affirmations and the love that you want to have for your own self, so you can really listen clearly with your intuition. And, if you didn't have a good bring up, foundation of love or what love is, you can always make a new one. It's about you creating your own foundation, right? I said body is temple, but how do you treat yourself? How do you treat your temple? Do you even go to your own temple and give yourself a checkup to see, like kind of like with doctors, we have annual checkups, annual physicals. Whatever happened to annual spiritual checkups, right? And I don't even want to say annual, like daily, daily checkups with your spirit, because your spirit encompasses all mind, body, heart. So that really allows you to understand, like, if you can't have the love of the universe, then what type of love are you truly attracting, right? Where is your protection, right? Don't get caught up with other things that are earthly. We also have our own spirit, and that right there is the true protection that understand us inside and out. And when we can go and we can connect and have that foundation first and foremost, then we can really understand true unconditional love within ourselves and start recognizing and understanding the judgments that we place on ourselves. So again, like, speak and affirm the type of love that you want for yourself, so that way you can fill yourself up with that love and then be able and ready to give that type of love to other people. All right. So that's what I have for you, pile ones. Let's move on to pile two. All right. All right. Pile twos. Let's see what we got here. Don't let what happens around you get inside you and weigh you down. So I'm feeling like pile two, you might be paying attention to a lot of things that's happening around you, but you're forgetting the fact that what's going on inside you is a reflection of your atmosphere and the things that's going on within your world and just going on around you. So when things aren't going so well that's happening around you, it's a big sign from the universe that it's time to look within and find peace within first, so you can then do that. There's a saying in my card deck here. Ego says that you can, once I figure everything out, I'll find peace, right? And then Spirit says, once I find peace, everything will be figured out or sorted out. I'm chopping up the words, but if you get my gist, this is in relation to that, It's okay to be in a dark place, because you can appreciate more when you turn the light on, But if you can't, still appreciate when the light turns on, because that means you're getting the help that you need. Because clearly you couldn't see it because you're in the dark, right? But something that's coming towards you with that light can allow you to see what you need to see, hear what you need to hear, and feel what you need to feel in order to get to that next level, in order to just receive, from Spirit. A lot of times we don't have that trust, It's like, well, what if last time I saw something light and bright, it was false gold type of thing, everything that glitters isn't gold. Now I don't trust. But you have to trust yourself enough to know that this is a new experience and you've learned from the last experience that caused the mistrust. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what cards want to come through to deepen the message here for you, powerful. I don't know if I cut the cards though. Let's see. What else do we want to share with pile 2? What's going on with y'all? Let's get one more card here. Yep. All right. Well, that's the extra card. I'm kind of seeing that this card here, if it is, it's about really like committing to your soul care. I love to say that because that's something that I do have a package for one-on-one coaching that can help you do that. And we actually create an affirmation card deck, you know, so check out that link below. But back to your reading. There's this nervousness here that's causing you to feel either unworthy of love, or it's making you feel like somebody is not true to you, like not loyal. But Spirit is asking you to go in and you decide, right? And you understand, because really when it comes down to it, whether you're getting help or not, it's still up to you to understand that you make the choices in your life and you take responsibility for every choice that you make. You know, don't ask someone for help and then do it and then blame them for giving bad advice. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you still took on the advice and you still went and did that. This is why at first, in the beginning of my journey with like tarot and cards, I was understanding like sometimes you meet readers and you're like, oh, I already knew that, right? And then like some people get like upset in a way because it's not what they wanted to hear. But honestly, your intuition was calling you because you needed that confirmation. And you wouldn't have gotten that card reading if you didn't need confirmation, you know, and you made that choice. Sometimes it happens that way. For others, sometimes Spirit is putting you in a situation that does not feel comfortable, but it allows you to grow and allows you to expand more love of the universe and more love of self so you can actually attract more loyal people in your life. Because it seems like there's like this heart energy here. I don't know if you're expecting someone to commit to you, but how do you commit to yourself, you know? Like, I've been hearing monkey see, monkey do. And a lot of times, it doesn't matter how intelligent you are. The way our human self is made up, it's just like subconsciously we react. And if somebody says they're going to do something and they keep not doing it, it gives so much room for somebody to mistrust them, you know? And if you're the person that keeps saying something that they're going to do and they don't do it, it kind of shows like you don't have any commitment of self. So like, how can you expect someone else to do that? You know, or how do you even know like the type of commitment you want? There's going to be like, if it's kind of like unfavorable or unfair in a way, with this is uneven with the give and take, it's going to be just things within relationships that can get messy and create more codependency instead of interdependence. All right. And interdependence is where both people are showing up full, where almost like how some people say the relationship creates 200% instead of 100 because you're both coming in 100%, giving 100% commitment to each other instead of like, well, you're my greater half, you know, that it makes me whole. No, you make me whole by being whole. You know, you show up whole, which inspires and motivates me to be whole as well, and vice versa. Instead of like well, have you done your work? You know, instead of like kind of like constantly checking on the other side of the fence to see if somebody made a move or did what you thought was best for them, when only they can understand what is best for them. This is kind of taking a new turn, which is interesting. I'm sure this message is meeting somebody. Let me just see. What is this ring talking about? Because I'm just getting like there's some energy around you, clearly, that's making you nervous. And I think that pile 2, you're either like confused about like past things that happened and you're not quite sure like if you should even commit, right? But I kind of feel like you know the answers, you know, and there's no need for you to like listen to anybody else. Yeah, you know the answers, you know what you need to do, right? And I feel that there's a need for you to just go within yourself, get silent, maybe go somewhere else by yourself. Allow yourself to really deeply listen to your thoughts and definitely deeply, truly listen to how you feel. Because at the end all be all, whatever you're trying to achieve or commit to, you'll know the answer. If you need to like get rid of some people that are around you that may be gossiping or giving you bad advice, or you know, it'll allow you to move where you need it, just like, you know, find the right teacher or the better type of people to be around, basically. Like that's what I'm feeling. All right, because I think that there's some difference or understanding that you need to see for yourself of what type of loyalty that you want in your life and how you will show up loyal to yourself first and foremost. All right. So much love for you. It's kind of feeling like tough love from spirit, but spirit knows best. And when you don't listen to spirit, stuff sucks, honestly. So that's what I have for you, pile 2s. Let's move on to pile 3. All right, pile 3, last but not least, what do we have here? The grass is always greener on the other side when you stop watering your own. How are you? Comparison, that's what I'm hearing. You know, it's natural to compare and contrast, right? But if you're spending too much time on somebody else's lawn, you're forgetting about yours. I'm kind of feeling like this is another heart space type of energy here, that maybe it's almost like, you know, you've been putting in work and you're trying to figure out why things aren't happening or going in the way that you want to. And then now from the disappointment that you've created for yourself, you're kind of just like stuck on everybody else's stuff. So let's see what the cards have to say. Because there's nothing wrong with being optimistic, right? You know, the grass can be greener. It can always be greener. But what are you doing for yourself? Like to feel satisfied and fulfilled within what you're doing, as well as things that you are, you know, committing for yourself, basically, to allow things to grow. Because sometimes things do grow in seasons, you know. Okay, 2 more cards here. 1 more card. Okay, there we go. Yeah, you're trying to grow some, because right off the bat, like, you see these? That's the garden, and this is the the commitment card again. This might be something from pile 2. I think that, you know, we all need to honor our breaks. Because a lot of times, like, people think, like, commitment has to be, like keep going, pushing. And we don't. We need to learn that everything does come in its season. And sometimes it's a season of rest. Sometimes it's a season of watering and fertilizing. And sometimes it's a season of shining. And I kind of feel like, pile threes, that you might have this unruly inner child right now. And, the inner child might see the form of luck or feel unlucky right now. But we need you to reevaluate what luck is, or reevaluate what commitment is, so you can really reap the blessings, from that. It's kind of reminding me of two things with relationships, right? Sometimes there's people that don't care about labels and don't care about a ring. And as long as you're treating them right and committing to them and showing up in a respectful way and understanding the type of relationship they have, that's all that matters, right? And then there's other people that feel that labels are the end all be all, right? Or just very important to have that because they feel that they've achieved something. And sometimes that gets kind of distorted of like the true authenticity of love, because it's like you're putting on for show instead of like knowing that this is a relationship between you and the other person, not a relationship between the whole world. Like, you know what I mean? That's why, like, kind of in a way, like a lot of celebrities or whatever tend to like, have like these weird relationships, because sometimes these relationships are more for show for the world instead of for them to really like truly have camaraderie and partnership, but yeah, that just came through. I don't know if that, please let me know, comments below, if that's resonating. I don't know if somebody is having commitment issues because of the fact that they're not quite sure or hasn't quite established, rooted in what commitment really means to themselves and the type of commitment they want. Because commitment can mean a lot of different things, just like relationships, it can be a lot of different types of relationships. But you need to know what you want, what type of relationship you want to have and commit to. And then by knowing that, then that allows the other person to honor that too, and vice versa. For some of y'all, like, you just been spending too much time looking at other people's stuff that you don't really realize what you have already in your grass. Like, you're looking at somebody else's grass and it's like, ding, you have something what you need right there. But, like, just water it a little bit and you'll go far. You'll go somewhere else. Let's see where this writer is taking us. Yeah. I feel like you're getting nervous to take the first step to move somewhere else. Look, something is you're about to discover something, but you need to take the first step and you need to get off of somebody else's lawn and come to yours and really just cultivate it a little bit more, add a little bit more playtime, to just bring up that joyfulness, bring up that happiness, bring up and raise your vibes so you can actually get that ring or commitment or whatever you're trying to achieve, so you can, feel like you made your mark and feel like you achieved the goal that you set out to achieve. But don't forget, keep it real with yourself, y'all. Like, really pay attention to what it truly means to you, what commitment means. Because if you're faking the funk, spirit knows how you're faking the funk, just saying. And with that, the cycle will repeat instead of you moving forward and expanding and walking along the path that is lit for you. So that's what I have for you, pile threes. I really hope that you enjoyed this mini what you need to hear right now session. I do have openings, personal readings open for those that want some. I also do something called soul care readings that allow you to tap into your really like see the type of energy through the chakra system that you have. What chakra is really needing some TLC right now. And I also, it's a 2-part reading because I also give you a card reading and I write down some things that can really help motivate and creative spark. So it can allow you to do like creative activities that can really help bring balance to those chakras and feel more aligned within your healing journey. And most importantly, I do have a new coaching package that I just put out. So if you're interested, you like cards, you like using cards for your soul care, definitely check that out because I give more support. I don't want to say hold hands, but I do give you a lot of support in transitioning from old beliefs and patterns and habits and working through that with you, with your creativity and your soul care to allow you to align and meet the goals that you want to do and just really shift your whole mind, your body, and soul to the place where you really start feeling and seeing that soul growth and committing to yourself as well as your creativity. So that's all I have here. If you're feeling the vibe, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and check me out later. If you really like these videos, you know, there's plenty more where that came from. So until next time, I'm out of y'all. Peace.